Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant, and this is Pillars of Eternity episode 8. We've just completed the quest for the blacksmith and are now having another look around the Gilded Vale. I was just mentioning the gallows tree, which old Lord Rederick is responsible for, and which is actually there. And this is Rederick's doing, so he's not a very pleasant person. Let's see what we've been to the Blackhound Inn, Temple of Aerithus. I haven't been there yet. Nor have I been there. Let's go have a look what's going on in this house then. Could be anyone in here. Who's this guy? Alpha. Dearwoodian woman. Oh, it's not a guy, it's a lady. Is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter. Well, finally, I was starting to think...
Well met, friend.
The woman makes a startled noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. She gives you a curious smile. Can I help you? I just arrived in the Gilded Vale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Yes, get to know them by just barging in on their house. Were you with one of the caravans? She looked at you hopefully. Master Odeema's by chance? Why do you ask? My sister, Calcia, was travelling with one of the caravans. She sent a letter before she came. Said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the caravan master. She was always a tough one. She pauses. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road or the caravan, perhaps? It's Master Odeema's. And there we go. She died, unfortunately. And I do wonder if there was any way to have saved her. Might have changed this part of the story. Leave, I'll be going now. I was with the caravan. I'm afraid the rest of the caravan was killed. Calcia didn't make it. She covers her mouth with her hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasp in her eyes, brimming with tears. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Calcia was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger, I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might have still be alive somewhere. Her face crumples, and a solitary tear slides down her cheeks. Well, why did you send for her? I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Calcia as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in the Gilded Vale has been soulless. Empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Rederick has exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavour. With my Hathort gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hoped Calcia could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollowborn, but she moved south to Anslog's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now old Calcia gone. More tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? I'll think about it if I ever head that way. That's a long way to go. What's in it for me? I'll find Ranga for you. You will? Oh, gods bless you. Here, I'll give you coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of... Well, I'm not sure but it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. Anslog's Compass is what we call a lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the world to get there. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. And perhaps the wilds are dangerous. She clasps her hands together. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. She sets her hand on her stomach, smiling through her tears. The lagoon to the south. Travel to Anslog's Compass and speak to Mother Ranga. I suspect that is where we need to go then. I'm going to hold off a little while on trying to assault Lord Rederick's keep, because Well, assaulting a keep with 4 people who are all very new to combat doesn't sound particularly wise, does it? Talking of wise, it's probably worth going and getting some more camping supplies, isn't it? I've only got 2 left. How many are you allowed to carry in one go is the thing I'd like to know. Look, before where it said 2 of, I've gone to the wrong house, where it said 2 of 4, that 4 may be the limit. But I'd like to carry more than that if possible. And of course it helps if we go to the right location, which is down here. Not in the house where I accidentally killed its household people, its residents. Have you got any camping supplies, Tutanu? I'd like to see your wares, of course.
Welcome.
I've got 5 camping supplies. How much does 5 cost? 315 credits. Gold. Oh. You won't let me buy any more? Well, I guess then there is a limit. You have a transaction pending, leave anyway. Yeah, so 4 is the limit as I suspected. So, Anslog's compass then, to the south. Let's take the south road, which I think was this way. Whose house is this? We can't get in there. That's the field. Get out of the field. Let's see where we go then. So Anslog's compass to the south. Looks like we're going to have to go back to Magran's Fork again and then perhaps south from there. As Anslog's compass isn't showing up. 4 hours to complete the journey. Actually, I probably should have rested before I went that way, shouldn't I? Tell you what, I'm going to head back very quickly and rest, even though that's kind of defeats the purpose of resting if I'm travelling as well, but I think these people need to be rested, don't they? Let's do that in the inn. I don't want to waste my camping supplies. Then come back in through a different road. Come on then, you guys, we're going to go get you rested up a bit. I think you could do with a good night's sleep, and maybe by the time we travel it will be day. I'd like to travel during light if possible. I'd like to rent a room. Rent a room, please. Of course, we keep them nice and tidy. Yeah, but I'm going to just stay in the common room for now. A nice little bed to stay on. I'm sure there's not a bed in the common room, unless there is. Shared beds, perhaps. So they rested for 8 hours. They don't get any bonuses from resting, but it means they're not going to get fatigued. They do get bonuses if I pay the extra for the improved rooms. So back to Magram's Fork, I guess. And then we'll see if we can get to Anslog's compass. But we may have to go that way by way of the Black Meadow. Black Meadow? No, I don't think so, because that's the only way out. That's not here. The Black Meadow, all the roads are already highlighted, so back here we go then. This is where we met Durance. What does the sign say? South to Anslog's compass. Just as well then. Nice birds chirping. Sound you can wake up to in the morning. I haven't been down quite this far yet, so I've got be a little bit wary that there may be some something off the road. Deer didn't seem to get too startled by us, did he? And now we can get to Anslog's compass. It's going to take 6 hours to get to there, which is going to make it late afternoon, maybe early evening by then. Some creatures and armor types are especially resistant or vulnerable to specific damage type. Yeah, it's dark again. And we got some people down there who we can talk to. They're not bandits, which is good news. Egdrang. 2 villagers stand by one of the tide pools. They are breathing harshly, clearly winded, and look up nervously as you approach. What's been going on? If you're here to fish, as we were, stranger, you'll want to avoid the compass proper. The dwarven woman points to the southeast. Her companion shakes his head. A lot of ships wind up spread across the rocks here, so we didn't think much of the wreckage until we heard something. A terrible noise. I thought maybe it was a survivor, but he wasn't alive, moving, but not truly alive. It was awful. What were you two doing out here? Well, I thought they said fishing. You said there are a lot of shipwrecks here. What do you mean? What did you see? Corpses. Walking corpses. We didn't want any part of it, whatever the cause, but might be we can find something in these tide pools, and then we're headed straight home. You said there were a lot of shipwrecks. All the time. It's a lovely place, but dangerous as anything to sail. Good fishing most days. She wipes her brow. I think we'll look further up the coast next time. What were you two doing? Well, they said they were fishing, but let's see what she says. Fishing, of course, except I lost my fishing rod when I flung it at the head of one of these monsters. We were looking the tide pools over and thought we'd try our luck down by the rocks. Got the fright of our lives. We'll have to make do with the nets here or go hungry. Okay. Well, thank you for the heads up. Oh my goodness. They are being attacked. And my people are way out the way, but he is close enough to at least attack one of them. Get down here. Granite. What do these want to do? These are going to attack as well, I think. For now, let's get down and see if we can save the villagers. Granite. What's he got here? This is once per encounter, isn't it? Barbaric blow. 2 attacks per encounter. Let's out terrifying yell frighten enemies in the area of effect. Do a barbaric blow. Good. Smash that one into pieces. There's 2 gone. Curip. There's 2 gone, isn't it? Oh no, there's 1 left. Leave that as it is. That was easy enough. Let's see what loot they got. Did any of the villagers survive though? That's a question. Some spears, some more shields, some light armour, a bit of money, and a zurip tongue, an amethyst. Gems are always good. Stash, take all.
Can't move now.
Who can't move? What's going on here? Looks like one of the villagers died, unfortunately. God, what a mess. Thank you for your help, stranger. Yes, but your friend seems to be gone. Tide pools. Where are we? So we're in the top left-hand corner of Anslog's compass. Now we'll go right up to the corner though, just to check. Let's follow the beach way along. I assume it's a beach here. And then we'll go out towards the tide pools. Look at this these are skeletons. Dragons, perhaps? Why so many? And what's in there? Turquoise. Right click for details. Turquoise is an amorphous, semi-precious stone, opaque and blue or blue-green in its general colour, but often flecked with darker deposits. Page from Forvano's Travels. I met a helpful Deerwood woman while in the Gilded Vale. She was an invaluable guide during my time in that sorry village and agreed to accompany me some part of the way towards Anslog's compass. We parted ways in the wilds known as McGrand's Fork, but I gave her my amulet so that she might remember me fondly. Perhaps I will return these lands someday, after all. Okay. Let's keep going. So a little bit of background story there. I've just got attacked. I was about to go into stealth mode there, but never mind. How many times can he use this? First level spells. Now that doesn't. Oh, 3 times by the looks of it. Okay, well, you're not going to use them just yet. Zurich is going to be attacked by granite. And these 3, but it does look like there might be another creature there. No, that's just a stone of some type. That's the end of that. Good. We're out of combat now, granite. You don't need to worry too much about that, but let's see what loot he's got.
Right.
Ah, some more amethysts. Amethyst can be found in a variety of shades, but those of darker purple are considered to be most valuable. Discovery of a new source has become commonplace in the past few hundred years, and amethyst no longer fetches the same value it once did. Okay, fair enough. There's the tide moving in and out. I'm not paying enough attention there. We are under attack again. By a couple this time. I'm going to get Haloth out of the way as he... Oh,
how may I help?
as he's weak. Weak to melee combat anyway. Not weak to attacking. This is going to be a slightly different story to the previous battles, isn't it? Right, what can Haloth do for us?
Aye?
Haloth, before you cast out Haloth, you can get a little bit closer. And
Yes.
then you can burn all of these people, I think. Let's try that again. Don't really want to get my people included in the area of effect. And they're attacking him, aren't they? Interrupting him. What did I click on there? I thought I clicked on that. What's this? Once per encounter? Yep, thank goodness. You can also do that. That's actually doing alright. I thought he was going to run out of endurance there. Let's do a barbaric gear then. His endurance attacks once per encounter, once per rest. Let's raise his endurance up again just in case. A bit awkward sometimes to see around where you need to attack. Let's get him out of the way. There's one being hit on there. Poor old Haloth. Okay, well that wasn't as hard as I was expecting. Nice new quarterstaff. Is it better than what thing he's got? What Haloth's got? He's got a sceptre. Not a quarterstaff. Hydra. An organic material, crystalline in the structure but shell-like in substance. Hydra can be found growing up through the ground in veins in many parts of Era. Easy to carve and manipulate, it is a favourite of jewellers as a semi-precious stone and is often cut more intricately and beautifully than other gems. Okay. Let's take all that. Right then, let's progress on a little bit further. There's a campfire there.
Sure.
Quickly and quiet.
Who could be there? Unless the Zernat people, or whatever they're called, need the campfire. Yeah, possibly. It looks like they're huts, doesn't it? But nothing here for me to to take or loot. The clam cells and crab carapaces litter the coals. They've been eating some shellfish of various types. Oh, we can't get out into the water anyway. I like the way the tide goes in and out. At least it appears to. And water does come up and down. Nice little touches. Something we wouldn't have seen back on the original Baldur's Gate games. Now, a gull. This is a little bit different. A gull or a ghoul. These are a little bit different. So, again, Aloth can skip back a little bit. Come on, it's going to go straight in for the kill. As are my priests. Make sure they got plenty of endurance. Yeah, he's not going to survive too much. He didn't last too long then. Didn't even need Aloth's help there. Vessel flesh. Vessel flesh? This reeking flesh once held a bound soul. With its energy fading, the flesh is entering a rapid decay. Well, why we can loot these things, I'll never know. Or maybe I will eventually. Now, I want to have a quick look at Aloth's spells here. I wonder if there's anything he can do that doesn't actually require a spell usage. Because as you can see, I'm down to 2 uses on my level 1 spells and 2 uses on my level 2 spells and 2 uses on my arcane assault. So that's just 6 spells left. I can edit my grimoire. Wizards have the ability to learn a staggering number of spells, but they are always limited by the capacity of their grimoires. At any given time, a grimoire may only contain 4 spells of each level. Click on a spell in the right panel to remove it from the grimoire. Add spells to the empty slots by clicking on the spell on the left panel. Now, I remember something similar to this in the old Dungeons and Dragons games, but if I remember correctly, and I may be wrong here, correct me if I am wrong, you needed to rest before the changes took effect. But maybe that's no longer the case. Combat only, not in grimoire. So he hasn't learnt that, unfortunately, because I would probably put that in there. It'd be quite nice to have the wizard's double spell. Anyway, let's keep going.
Of course.
Not just you, Aloth. You can get back here. I want them all to move down.
Keeping quiet.
Nice little tide pools there. And another gull. So again, we're going to keep Aloth back here. Granite's going to go in for the kill with my 2 priests. Which is possible that there may be some more gulls down here, but let's keep going anyway. Yeah, here comes some more. So we're going to need to keep a slightly closer eye on things in this particular combat. And here comes some more. We're going to need Aloth's help for sure. Let's position him over here. And the priest, endurance, you can cast your endurance boost. So can you.
Yeah.
Aloth can't get around. Let's see if we can attack from this side instead then. No! Got the wrong guy moving. Come on, Aloth. Get back. Come on. It's a bit difficult for them to disengage once they get engaged, and I've got distracted and not paid attention to Adra, and now she's down. That's because I had the wrong guy selected there in the combat when I tried to move this one.
What?
Let's see if we can help Aloth disengage.
Yeah.
I've got the wrong one selected again. Why do I keep doing that?
How may I help?
Oh, there's still 3 left, isn't there? Which one should I start shooting at? The one with the most health, perhaps.
What?
What we're going to do is shares a portion of the caster's divine strength, restoring some endurance to all allies in the area. He didn't make it. It's a nuisance. Very important not to get distracted, isn't it? Aloth's nearly dead. One slight mishap in this game and everything falls down. Quite a pain. Okay. So a little bit of a mistake there, a couple of times, and not selecting the correct character when I want to reposition them. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to rest again. Luckily, I've got a good amount of camp supplies. I was doing good until then. I think I would have been able to handle the number of combatants there relatively easily, so long as I didn't make the mistake. So it looks like I've got 2 directions to head in here, or it might well loop back round again. The dial. The dial, because it probably works like a sundial. The sun casting the shadow down onto the ground, allowing people to potentially tell the time of day. At the centre of a ring-jagged stone, this boulder casts long shadows across the sand as the sun moves overhead. Let's let him come to us this time. And there's a couple of them. They certainly chase after us, don't they? Don't let us run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, 2 priests. I'm going to have to give these some better weapons, I think, at some point.
How may I help?
You need to give the... He's down again, isn't he? Come on. Can you cast that? Is it not allowing her to cast it for some reason? That's better. They are down to just... Oh, they're up to plenty of health, so we're going to certainly need to do some damage here, if we can. Summons 3 spell missiles that batter the target, inflicting crush damage. Come on, Endurance, I don't want you collapsing. You're taking too much damage. That was a little bit close. He did take a little bit too much damage for my liking though. Probably need to keep them out of combat a little bit more. Maybe need to keep them back a little bit more. Priests aren't really set up for that sort of, well, close quarters combat. They are if they got the right gear, I suppose. Some more loot and a shipwreck. Keep away from Anslog's compass because the place is dangerous. Some more shipwrecks. Potion of fleet feet. Some loot. And a morning star. I wonder where we put potions to use them. Is there not a quick slot bar? Or do we just have to go into the inventory to get them? Oh, we can't go out on this thing here. I was hoping it was a long pier, but it's a little jetty instead. Look at the seaweed floating there. Again, lots of nice little touches on here, especially the way it moves. I love looking at these little touches in games, and the way the water ripples across the stones there. So what have I missed? We need to look for that lady, aren't we? Ragma. Rangma. My memory for names is absolutely abysmal. I'm quite often forgetting the names of people I've known for a while. Funnily enough. Right. Loads of them again. On Granite, you can take these on. How do we give... Can we get in here and give one of those potions to Durance? Right click for details. These are... Oh, so it's only regeneration of endurance, not of health. Well, that's no use to me. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I was hoping it was a health regeneration. But alas, it's not to be.
Yeah.
Let's keep a better eye on Durance this time. Now, cast that. And you cast it. Last time, I don't think you cast it, did you two? That's it. That's a lot better. He cast it as well. He has. Right, that should help dramatically. Who are you targeting at the moment, Granite? Looks like that one. That's going a little bit better, isn't it? Giving a slight better eye on things. Okay, yes.
No problem.
Nope. But the problem then is, where do we go? Because we still haven't found the lady we're looking for, and that's back up to the top. We've still got a whole area of the map here uncovered, and it looks like there may be a cave down here, doesn't it? Let's see if there is a cave. Yes, it's looking like it. But some more Zurips as well.
How may I help?
Huh? What?
Yeah.
This turns out it's quite handy having two priests anyway for this.
What?
As they help regenerate the endurance quite a lot. It certainly makes a difference. Can we loot? Yep, we can loot. Now, do we want to go straight into the cave? Would the lady we're seeking be in the cave? I can't see her living on the beach. But at the same time, why would she be in a cave surrounded by Zurips? Let's just go down here just to check. She's not down here before I go into a deadly cave. No, Ranga. Magma. I don't know. Ranga is right here, and she may have befriended a Zurip. I hope I haven't killed all its buddies. You find yourself facing a towering Amuna woman. Her skin is the warm gold brown of the dying sunset, with pale flesh-white patches at throat and hands. Wavy red-brown hair pulled into tight braids around a strip of bare skin that follows the curve of her skull, flows down over her broad shoulders.
Welcome.
She regards you calmly, evidently unsurprised to find you here at the edge of her camp by the water. Have you come for medicines and craft works, or to share the fire? She gestures to a large cauldron nearby. Ephra sent me here. She says that you know some way to ensure that her child is not a hollowborn. What's that Zurup doing here? Who are you? Do you have anything for sale? Ah, more of Lord Radoric's frightened flock. She nods slowly. You are kind to come all this way. Poor Ephra. Must be beside herself. I imagine she gave you something for payment. Whatever it is, you keep it. I don't need coin. I need you to do something for me instead. Ranga points inland. There is a Zorap tribe to the northeast, led by one of their priests. Tanya was exiled from there some time ago, and their scouts still lurk about this place, waiting for an opportunity to end his life. Zorap lets out a rattling squawk, head drooping. One day I will have to go for supplies, and I will come back to find my assistant slain. How will I help anyone then? She shakes her head. You rid me of this nuisance, and I will do what I can for Afra, and throw in something for you too. I had to kill a Zoraps on the way here. They won't bother you anymore. Truly? You are very efficient with your favours. Here, something for your trouble. She nods and claps her hands once. Good. Then I shall set my full attention now upon the remedy for Afra. I will get started on the mixture, but I need one more ingredient. Some spores from the creatures in that cave there. Of course we need to go into the cave. She points just north to a little stretch of beach. Sporlings, they call them. It is a useful material. I need one for the mixture. You are welcome to any others you find. Will you have a third favour for me to do after this? Snarky. I'll go find some. Good. I will prepare the rest while you are gone. Once you return, it should not take very long to finish. And with that, I think we will leave this episode and we will head into the cave for the next episode. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time. This has been Obsidian Ant, signing off.